Brand new full data. You know how to bottle Aristotle. Hi, babe. Thank God you're here quick, because I want you to be here when I make my decision on that medicine. You really have. I'm impressed. I know I turned the sensitivity down last time we played, but now it feels so slow. Go to 40. Last time. Oh, sorry, babe. Last time I played the was it really? I don't know if I've ever ran into problems with the YouTube app. Piece of shit. You know how to ball, I know Aristotle. Boom. We're back. Good, he didn't see anything. I just ran and then changed my sensitivity. I really feel like you should be able to slide. That's actually, it's like bugging me right now. Wow. Honestly, it could have been me. Alright, babe. Who should I give the medicine to? So, background of this, Aaron, to catch you up. I just started this game, and like I'm on like the first side mission, and I went in to talk to this guy, Martin Abernathy, in here, and he said, "Hey, go do me a favor and go get this crate of medicine. I'm dying," and he'll, whatever, reward me. Then then when I left the house, this lady was like, "Hey, don't give it to him. He's gonna die regardless. It'd be a waste. Give it to me." It's not really, babe. How does it look on your phone? Is everything like perfect? All my stats on my end are perfect. So what would you do, Aaron? Who would you give the money to or the medicine to? Okay. So he'd give it to the girl. Oh yeah, because the girl would say, the girl said she would double my reward. Here she is. And then that was the guy I just looked at. I think I'm gonna give it to the guy. I know Stephanie would give it to the guy. I'm assuming Aaron would give it to the girl. He's pretty old. But the girl's argument is he's gonna die anyways. Yeah, literally, yeah. Like, that's... yeah. Oh, shit. He can kick right. You can get it. Don't it? I really don't know what to do. I'm so indecisive. Games can't give me choices. I'm gonna give it to him. The more I sit here and think about it, the more like... the more like sad I'm getting for him. I'm gonna steal all his shit though. You have to do what's best for you.
I've got some time.
Oh shit! I can't do it!
You wanna mingle, go try the cantina.
You're right, babe. I gave it to him.
Don't keep us waiting.
I'm giving it to him. Oh, Esther tells me of a tendency towards hypochondria. Well, I can literally say I haven't decided what I'm doing with it yet. This game just knows me so well.
Haven't decided? I hired you. The nature of your employment requires you to deliver in my hand some genuine anthracillin. I don't know what that means.
Esther tells me...
Is that some sort of medical condition? Is my plague getting worse or something?
He's a hypo. I know. He does have a nasty attitude. My reputation probably does matter, you're right.
Sweet life-giving.
I gave it to him.
The first hit's always the best.
This girl's gonna hate me now.
The bits I had around the domicile. It ain't as much as you deserve, but it's all I got.
No, you've got to. He's got to give me way more than that. I risked my life to save yours, or not sure you've got secrets.
You'd really sprat me out? For what? A couple extra bits? Here, take it then.
Oh, he's pissed.
You think you're tough waving that thing around?
I'm gonna go talk to her.
I've got some time. I can't say I'm pleased, but what's done is done.
Okay. So yeah, so I guess you just get the side missions from talking to people.
A friend of mine died a couple weeks back.
Like if you go up to people and it says like talk, that's essentially giving you a side mission.
Don't make me report you to Mr. Thompson.
Okay, not that guy, obviously. Alright, let's get up here, because we originally came here for this leader. Alright, we did the right thing. I thought about that all night, who I was going to give it to. I should have given it to the chick. I'm pissed at my choice.
This doesn't seem like it should be a problem.
Honestly.
It cooks.
Yeah, but best.
I'm frozen?
I mean, the cannery cooks in sealed cans.
Is it my controller
Exact
again?
time, exact temperature.
The food swells during cooking, bursting the can. Seems we've
That
got a
controller
gap.
sucks.
Really now, Parvati, I do wish you'd spoken up. I do apologize. I was given no forewarning of your arrival.
How's the
or I might have
audio
welcomed you at the gates myself.
balance? Do you read? I was told I should talk to you.
I'm Reed Thompson, Outpost Administrator. I cannot help but notice you are not in uniform.
Oh yeah, you're right. You did tell me to do that last time. Uniform? What are you talking? I don't work for Spacer's Choice.
Of course not. I don't have that kind of luck. Seems I allowed my excitement to run away with my wits.
Okay, good.
Been a few seasons since we've had a visitor pass through.
Ship needs repairs.
Only regulator we've got is hooked up to the town transformer. Mr. Thompson ain't liable to be keen on dismantling it.
I beg your pardon. I am most emphatically not keen on any such thing. I can't let you have our power regulator. But I happen to know of another one. And I happen to know exactly how you may retrieve it without
Nice.
frying yourself in the process.
I only have one concern, which isn't necessarily a concern, like a huge one with the game. Really, just because I'm streaming it, is my character doesn't read my responses out loud. You know what I mean?
My proposition benefits the both of us. Please, hear me out. There's a power regulator in the old botanical lab. It's mostly abandoned, so all that power is being squandered. Go down to the geothermal plant.
Huh?
Reroute power from the botanical district over to us. Once their power's shut down, you can have their regulator and be along on your way.
Yeah, but I mean, most people, I mean, you're not reading every choice while I'm playing, I assume. You're like working and shit. When you say mostly abandoned,
I was not entirely sure how to tell you this. The botanical labs are not legally inhabited, but
right?
there are people who live there. No, I do not imagine they will be pleased. But like a parent disciplining an unruly child, you will be doing them a kindness. The people living in the botanical labs, they're deserters, former workers. I need them back at their posts.
Wow.
I need them to come home.
I'm taking these people's power.
Good law, no, I don't want you killing anyone, least of all them. My hope is that by cutting off their power, you will convince those deserters to come back to town. Before you go to the plant, I want you to stop by the botanical lab. Speak to their leader, Adelaide. Tell her the power's about to go, and that it's time her band of deserters came back to town.
My dad told me all about the plant. Taught me all he knew. I could come in useful. I mean, if that's all right with you, Mr. Thompson. Sir.
I hesitate to part ways with Miss Holcomb, but I cannot deny that she
So
is
is she
kind
my companion that I
and
keep
may
hearing
prove
about?
useful to you. You will need an administrative passcode in order to enter the plant. I am trusting you with mine, and trusting Miss Holcomb to guide you if you'd like.
Great! I got my wrenches and diagnosticators and hairpins and engine
Take her.
tape, so I'm all set.
Well, I am glad to hear that. Best of luck to you, and thank you again for your help. It is a lot to ask of a stranger.
So I'm going to take these people's power. He said, don't kill everyone. I feel like I'm going to. I thought when they said companion, I would get like a doggy or something. I guess maybe she'll help me fight.
Hey, ma'am, can we talk? Sorry. let's talk when you're free. Sorry. You just want to get out of here. And you likely don't want to tag along like me. It's just, Mr. Thompson has his own view on matters.
You don't want to
How
help
it is
me?
his job and what all, but that's not the only side of the tale.
He did not strike me as the most honest
He ain't a
soul.
liar. He believes every word he says.
Oh.
It's just, he doesn't always get where other folk are talking from. To Mr. Thompson, a person's a gear. It does its job quiet-like. If it squeaks or stutters, it gets replaced. The deserters are decent folk. I knew some of them before they left.
This town does have
Life's hard
issues.
here, especially for them that don't fit in so well. We're one big Spacer's Choice family, but every family's got the one the rest whisper about. Mr. Thompson's aiming to take away their power. They'll have no lights to see, nor heat to cook. They'll be at the mercy of marauders.
Wow, is
or
every mission like
I think
is
you
she
should talk to the town's vicar about it. Max, his name is.
is everything gonna have like some morality choice? Like is Max gonna be like, please don't take our power?
Thanks, ma'am. I just think when you gotta make a decision that'll hurt somebody, it's best to think on the right and wrong of it.
Wow, it literally
That's what my dad
is.
used to say, anyways.
If so. It's not for you. It is for me. I wish I had like a car. Is there a fast travel? I don't... There is, I just... I'll get better at making decisions faster. Like, I just need to go into it with my decision made already. Like, okay, I'm gonna take these people's power. Fuck it. You know what I mean? You actually run pretty fast, though. Remember, I was gonna upgrade my guy so I could sell it the next time I level up.
Move along, stranger. We don't want any trouble. I don't know you. Whatever you're looking for, it ain't here. Move along.
Looking for Vicar.
Answers, huh? You must be one of those philosophicals. Already got ourselves one of those. A Geo what? Look, plants ain't my purview. You're better off asking after Adelaide. if you're gonna start wandering around my camp, know that I got my sights on you. Over in the hothouse, tending crop. Enough with the questions. No offense, but I've got a lot on my mind.
Can I just kill her?
Well, look at you, buzzing around the aether with your very own ship. Rest of us gotta make do with the ground at our feet. No, I'm sorry. That was unworthy of me. Lady named Zoe went missing some nights ago. Just up and vanished without a trace. Now I'm pacing around wondering if marauders got to her. It's not like Zoe to go wandering. Figured she might be out scavenging, but that ain't exactly her talent. Can't imagine where she's gone. Vale's a wide place. She could be anywhere. Appreciate it. Honest.
I didn't want to switch my... Okay, it did give me a side quest.
Keep your wits about you, friend.
So anything that when it says steal, if someone sees me do this, I like lose reputation.
Hey, I saw that. What do you think you're doing?
Shit.
You know, you made a real generous argument.
Great, the deserters hate me. Right when I said if anyone sees you...
Oh, that's Thomas. He used to follow me around before he left the cannery.
Oh, this is the power regulator. Okay, I want to talk to everyone before I steal it, though. Where's the workbench? Right here. How do I not have any... I do have one map. Egg type to plasma. Alright, let's go talk to... This Vicar? No, I want to talk to Vicar first. That was optional. Sounds Vicar. Let me see. deserter. A lot of good shit in here. Or maybe I'll talk to Adelaide first, I guess.
It's so pretty.
If you're hungry, there's meat turning on the spit outside. If you're bearing illness, find a place to lay your head down and I'll fetch you a poultice. Whatever your troubles with Edgewater, leave them at the gates and be welcomed here.
Great, this is like a getaway for people from Edgewater.
I have been called that, among other things.
God.
Green Thumb, grandmother, the strange old lady who keeps flowers. But yes, Adelaide will do just fine.
Excuse me, Miss McDevitt? Sorry, it's just... You got such pretty trees in here.
Why, thank you. You're Robert's girl, aren't you? I remember when you were but a sprout. Thomas speaks of you often. Are you staying long? You should try some of my tobaccorn tea. I brew it in an old spittoon, but it's been cleaned.
Reed sent me to make peace with you.
Reed Thompson? You here on behalf of that cold-eyed reptile? Let's hear it. What's Reed's idea of peace, then?
You're living off power that belongs to the town. Reed asks if you'd consider coming back. Okay, yeah, we'll do the second one. He's willing to make amends.
Make amends? Spare me. Only thing Reed knows how to make is a mess. Like everything else that comes out of Edgewater, that peace offering is canned.
Ugh.
I and my own are living just fine out here by ourselves.
Reed asked me to divert the power over to him. This is serious. I'm about to cut off your power.
He would do such a thing. The question is, why would you agree to his plans?
My reasons are my own.
If you're going down to the plant, you should divert power away from Edgewater and toward our end of the grid. Think about it. We'd be liberating an entire town from a lifetime of service to that odious cannery. Seems the sort of thing a hero would do. Cannery's got a regulator. You want ship parts, you ought to rip them out of the cannery's guts and leave us be.
Let's say I help you. What happens to
grinds to a
Edgewater?
halt. The cannery shuts down, workers desert in droves, and our own little camp grows and thrives. I trust you will listen to your conscience.
Alright, we got hack all the way up so we can sell stuff. Oh my god, Vicar is all the way at Edgewater? Forget what I wanted to do next. Carrying capacity was pretty... Walk speed, sprint speed. We'll do walk or sprint speed. my god, I can't do this shit. I'm so mad the vicar was all the way back at Edgewater. What a waste of my time. At least we run fast. This might not be the game for me.
I've always felt weird in here. It's too...
Yes, what is it? You're an outsider. Fantastic. Vicar Maximilian de Soto at your service. Or Vicar Max, if you're the sort who prefers brevity. And Ms. Holcomb as well. How rare to see you out. And with a complete stranger. Curious.
Just tagging along, Vicar de Soto. Don't mind me.
I so rarely get new people to talk to. Name your poison, anything at all. Spiritual counseling, this season's tossball predictions, the quickest way out of town.
Talk to you about what Rita does.
What? I thought you would talk to him.
You wanted to speak to me, Ms. Holcomb? Every time I've tried to engage you in conversation, you look at the floor, answer in single words, and slink away. I can't imagine what would be so grave as to drive her to my mission. What has Mr. Thompson asked you to do? I can see why that troubles you. Miss Holcomb has a soft heart. Always has, if you believe the talk.
So what do you advise?
Assuming your goal is to save as many as possible, then you should bring everyone together. Send the power to Edgewater and convince the deserters to return to the fold. Not if things are left to stand as they are. If you don't mind a bit of unsolicited advice, be cautious on your way to the geothermal plant. It is not as safe as you might assume. One of the reasons I transferred here was to fulfill my duty in hunting down banned heretical texts. I happen to know such a book is, as we speak, tainting a collector's library in Emerald Vale. However, the collector's residence lies outside the town's walls. My retrieval efforts have been thwarted by marauders who have overrun the property.
They'll pay me for a book.
Should you fare better than me, I'd pay a handsome sum for the book. I just want to keep the writing out of layman's hands. It wouldn't do for such information to fall into public consumption. I can assure you, you won't find another willing to risk imprisonment to possess this book, nor anyone willing to pay the price I can offer. Glad we see eye to eye. It's a handwritten journal, a faded blue cover with the name M. Bakonu handwritten in the lower corner. I'll mark where I saw it on your map. Assuming you're serious? Thank you. If you retrieve it, you can always find me here.
So he did absolutely nothing. He just gave us a side quest. Great. Oh, hell no. Not nuggets.
Sister.
Well, I ran from the nugget.
Here they come!
Unexpected noise identified.
How did I get in there?
Process sweep.
This shoddy is so bad.
Adjacent automech. Unauthorized areas.
Are you gonna do anything? I gotta get rid of this shoddy, it's bad. I don't think so, Brandon. At least not till maybe tonight, but... Are you playing?
The control room should be ahead somewhere and a touch to the right. I hope we're doing the right thing.
Investigated.
Oh my god, why does it take every... Good. It takes so much ammo to kill those things. You dropped 31 in duos, or when you switch to trios? Either way, impressive. Oh, quads, yeah. Goddamn. Oh, a plasma rifle. Or you get more aims. I think you do. What FOV are you on? I have a 13 helmet and 6 arm. I should just, can I just go to junk and sell all? 103? Yeah, that's low. Haircut said I was cheating, so. Oh my god, that's freaking hilarious.
12, 13, 4.
Incoming!
Three switches. That'll be easy enough.
I get.
Sister.
Look out! Get through! There they go!
Just two more. What'll happen to Miss McDevitt's folk?
Here they come! Now get through! Here they come!
You're not real. You're not real.
Need AR ammo. How do I... I don't understand my inventory and like how I...
No, 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 just leave me alone.
Actual lobby. No way! Oh my god.
Nope. Mind the steam. You're liable to get scalded. No!
Forming an area, sweet man.
Where'd to go? If we send the power to Miss McDevitt, what happens to the veil?
Oh, searching.
Here they come! Pass that armor!
My companion dead? Things you can do, companions tougher. Give them better armor. Okay.
Once we do this, there's no... Excuse me, ma'am. Look, I know you want your
Oh,
power regulated
God.
and all, but I just gotta ask you. Do you understand what you're about to do? I don't think you should cut off Edgewater's power. I think it would be cruel. I'm sorry. That just sort of came out all at once. Edgewater's hurting. We've been losing workers year after year, and corporate hardly ever sends replacements. There's barely enough Saltuna to fill our bellies anymore. But the town's got some good people in it. Decent, hard-working folk just living their lives the only way they know how. They don't deserve to be punished. Miss McDevitt's built something beautiful. Somehow she's talked the ground into giving life again. It's plain to see she's made the Vale a better place. Fed the hungry, tended the sick. Gave a home to those that had none. But Miss McDevitt delights in Edgewater's suffering. She wants to hurt the town. Do you really want to be party to that kind of hatred? Well, that sure sounds like Mr. Thompson. If he was standing here, I imagine he'd remind us of how we're all one big, happy Spacer's Choice family. In Mr. Thompson's eyes, those deserters are still part of the Spacer's Choice family. The family must work together in order to survive. I hate to say it, but I think Mr. Thompson's got a point. Unless those deserters come back, Edgewater's as good as dead. Cutting off their power might be the only way. Sorry, I didn't mean to babble on like that.
Oh my
I
god.
felt like I had to say something. Really? I mean, wow. Thanks. No one's ever told me those words in that order.
Oh my god. Oh no. Babe, are you there? Do I bring power to Edgewater, or do I bring power to the lady? I'm leaning towards Edgewater, and the only reason I don't like the guy who sent me on this mission, I feel like he has hidden motives, but there's more people in Edgewater that if I took their power, I feel like that's more detrimental. You know what I mean? What would you do? And I did it.
I think you did the brightest thing you could, sending the power back to Edgewater. A lot of people would have suffered otherwise. People I care for, even if they didn't care much for me.
Deserter's reputation was decreased. Obviously. It helps more people. Even though I don't like the guy, you know what I mean? Like, it helps more people. I think we did the right thing. Okay, I'm gonna go convince the deserters to return, hopefully. Am I going the right way? If I can get the deserters to return, then all is well.
That's the thing about growing old. Your eyes start to fail. Elsewise, I would have seen you for the snake that you are, chopped you into pieces and roasted you on a spit. This is all you're doing. Cutting off my power, killing off my garden. Without refrigeration, my food will spoil, and my flock will starve. I want to ask you this in private, away from the eyes of my flock, so they do not see me lose my temper. Tell me, why did you do it? You want my flock wasting their lives in that cannery? Fine. Go and talk to them. Go talk to Grace and Thomas. Look them in the eye and tell them their life here is over, and the only thing left to do is go back to Edgewater. This is now your responsibility. And you tell Reed Thompson that I will never return to Edgewater. I would rather die among my flowers than live under his management. My son worked in that cannery. When the plague started coming, he was one of the first to fall sick. We had a store of medicine locked away, but Reed refused to treat him. Said my boy didn't deserve treatment. Said the medicine would have been wasted on him. So I buried my boy in the cemetery, gathered my belongings, and left. That's as much of the story as you need to hear. You offering to cross Reed off, huh? This some sort of twisted reparation for what you've done? Or are you just looking for a chance to sow some chaos? Kill Reed if you must, or talk him into leaving if you can. He and I are not sharing the same four walls.
Oh my god,
together.
this is perfect. I'm gonna...
Tell Reed that I can make his people
Okay,
healthy
good. We can
again.
make
I can
Reed
end
leave
that
Edgewater,
plague.
and then
Start a new
the
garden
deserters
right in
come
the
back.
cannery. 3 square meals for every man and woman in Edgewater. Tell him how I've made the Vale bloom again. The soil
I do.
has whispered its
I'm gonna go
secrets to
kill him.
me, and I alone
Or, well,
know how
ask
to
him to
breathe
leave
life
first.
back into the earth. The secret is human corpses. I've been grinding them up in my fertilizer for years. Marauder, worker, don't matter much to me. The human body is rich with nutrients. If I were in a better mood, I might be inclined to try and change your mind.
What? Alright, let's go convince him to leave. Dude, where's the workbench?
Wonder if the plague's ever gonna pass.
You're not a big drinker, are you?
You read the latest report?
Only the part that said we ain't making a quota.
Barbershop, cantina. There's a workbench.
Sometimes I wonder what I'm doing.
This is where the magic is. Happens?
Oh my gosh, I've been using it. Not even a good.
Well, science.
I can't move whatever I'm holding.
But it still happens.
That's what's. This time I do. Wait, actually, no, it wasn't. Literally don't hear it. Yeah, it's plugged in, but only on if I turn. Alright, let's see if we can talk this guy into leaving. That'll make me feel a lot better. If I can get him to leave, then I made the perfect decision.
This is a fine day, friend. Power flows through our town like a cool stream of water. I trust Adelaide's people have seen their way to reason. So, when can I expect them back at their posts? Then we are at an impasse. Stewardship over this town has been entrusted to me by Spacer's Choice. I am not perfect. I have made my share of mistakes. But I have done my best for this town. I am not without compassion for Abernathy's predicament, but the plague has taken a hard toll on us all. I am a Spacer's Choice man. My father was a Spacer's Choice man. Edgewater may not look like much to some buttoned-up freelancer, but it is my home. Unless you can demonstrate to me that we are helpless without her, I see no reason why I should stand down. I don't believe you. Plague's a reality of life. Best treatment is a good work ethic. You are disparaging our parent company, and it is not appreciated. We are a Spacer's Choice Saltuna cannery. We eat Saltuna here, and only Saltuna. I don't understand. You say Adelaide's growing her own food, but that should not be possible. The soil's gone sour. Company said as much. Our own botanists couldn't grow decent crops for us, so the company got rid of them and shut down the greenhouse. You will excuse me for being skeptical. How exactly is Adelaide growing crops in barren soil? And when you say special fertilizer, you mean what exactly? Adelaide has been using dead bodies in her fertilizer? That's... come to think of it, that's a stroke of brilliance. What a remarkably efficient solution. Recycling Spacer's Choice property long after its date of expiration. I was wondering about those missing bodies in Silas's cemetery. You're right, I am being obstinate. If the best thing I can do for this town is to stand down, then stand down I shall. If Adelaide's found a way to feed her people and cure the plague, then she deserves this office more than I do. I won't stand in her way. My life here is ended. Give me a little time to settle my affairs. I'm sure Adelaide will be glad to see the back of me.
We got him to leave without killing him.
I have always tried to do right by my town. It has never been easy.
Look at that. The snake's come back. I never thought I'd see the day that Reed Thompson abandoned his post. Suppose we all have a breaking point. Suppose it's time our flock made our way back to Edgewater. We must tend to what remains of the town and carry on with our lives as best we may. You're vexing to me, you know? Injuring us with one hand, helping us with the other. Here, I'm giving you something to leave us be. It's a ransom, you understand, not a reward. You telling me you did all this just to put me in charge of Edgewater? Stranger, you are some kind of twisted. I might turn that old cannery into a garden. Got ourselves a whole cemetery bursting with bodies. I need some time to gather my personals. Long walk back to Edgewater. Got a considerable burden to carry.
Is this your ship? Oh my stars, she is just so handsome. Does she have a name yet? What's her drive model? Oh, gosh. Listen to me babbling. When I was in Edgewater, I dreamed of flying on a real ship, working on a real engine, belonging to a proper crew. I'm the only decent mechanic Edgewater's got, but every time I think of going back, I get this sinking feeling. Well, it's kind of you to say that. And you're right. I wasn't happy. I want to ask you something, and you can say no. But can I come with you? I could tend to your engine. I know my G-valves for my catalyzers, and I can keep your ship singing. And if you ever need a pair of eyes watching your back, I can do that too. What do you think? Yes! I mean, thanks. You won't regret this, ma'am. Captain. I can call you Captain now. Ha! I got a captain.
Captain, I have detected that Edgewater's power supply is now optimal. I applaud your willingness to invest your time. What can I do for you, Captain? Do you know how to install a power regulator? Step 1. Pick up your power regulator. Step 2. Approach the terminal located in our engine room. Step 3. Insert power regulator. Step 4. Celebrate. Our engine room is located behind you. Across the cargo bay, up the ladders. What can I do for you, Captain? All systems are operating within acceptable parameters. I am prepared to bring the unreliable into low-altitude orbit. This should prove an adequate test of our flight capabilities. We have received a communication request from Dr. Phineas Wells.
Aha, there you are. Hale and hearty, and captain of your own ship. I see you're putting the unreliable to good use. Shame about her former captain. Horrible way to die. How are you feeling, by the way? I lost track of you in that cave back there. Experiencing any, unnatural drippage? Perfectly normal side effect of thawing, I assure you. What you saw in Emerald Vale is happening all across the colony. Food shortages, lack of supplies, and basic necessities. We're dying. The chairman, the minister, and all their lackeys on the board are to blame. The Hope has some of the brightest minds Earth ever sent us. If we can revive the Hope's colonists, they can help us undo the board's mistakes. They can help us set things right. You need to get to Stellar Bay on Monarch. I have contacts there. They'll help me, help us, find the chemicals to revive your fellow colonists. Gladys Kelly, lovely woman, runs a cozy little black marketing outfit on the Groundbreaker. She can get you a nav key to land on Stellar Bay. Strictly speaking, Monarch is a moon, terraformed badly, and almost completely lawless. You'll love it. Captains don't fly their own ships, you see. Your navigation terminal handles the, navigation. Think of a nav key as a set of flight instructions. The board's been confiscating nav keys for Stellar Bay, so we must rely on unconventional means of acquisition. Hence, Miss Gladys Kelly. Excellent. I'll send her a wireless. Let her know you're coming. By the way, I gave Captain Hawthorne a disguise apparatus of my own design, cutting-edge technology, years ahead of its time. I call it the Holographic Shroud. I'm sure it will prove remarkably useful to you. You'll find it in the captain's quarters. Excellent. I'll contact you once you've found a way to get to Stellar Bay. If you have any questions, come see me in my lab. And remember, don't trust the board. They'll try to win you over with promises of wealth and power, but it's a lie. The board's only interested in filling their own pockets. If we don't...
Transmission ended. If you are ready to depart, please select a destination on your navigation terminal.
Love that.
Destination reached. The Groundbreaker.
Got a sec? Hey, Captain. I heard that Groundbreaker's got a real good engineer. A lady named Junlei Tennyson. I was thinking that maybe I ought to meet her. If you got time to swing us by, I mean. I don't got much experience fixing actual spaceships. I bet you a can of Borston beans, she could teach me all manner of stuff. Thanks, Captain. I'll be sure to make it worth your time. Did you want to talk about something else? Captain. Hey, Captain. I'm in space. I never thought I'd be able to say that.
That's not the point. This hat was just not that.
Customs and inspection. Right this way.
Identification, please. Captain Hawthorne, you said. Let me apologize in advance. I'm about to ruin your day. According to your ship's record, you've been flagged by the board. Your ship will be impounded until such a time as they see fit to lift it.
But we've hardly been out of Edgewater long enough to get in trouble.
Now, hold on. This isn't the end of the world. Probably. You'll want to take it up with Udom Bedford, our board representative here on Groundbreaker. His office is located along the starboard wall of the promenade. Shines like a Byzantium commode. You can't miss it. Access to that information is above my pay grade, and I've turned down 3 promotions, so it stays that way. I shouldn't be mentioning it, but what the hell? This here, impounding your ship, it doesn't happen much. The board knows we don't take kindly to their interfering in our operations. If I had to take a guess as to why, you must have riled up someone important. You take the starch out of them, well, you won't hear any complaints from me. Oh, and if you're headed that way, would you mind doing me a favor? Wanda Dorset over in sickbay, tell her the shipment's not in yet. It's not coming in anytime soon, and if she'd be so obliged to get off my ass about it. Much appreciated. Is there anything else I can help you with? Be seeing you.
Rizzo's Purple Berry Punch. You want a punch? We got your punch right.
Go back to Byzantium, bastards.
Have you seen this man? Reward offered for information needed to the captain. If well, report any
Those XF-411.
Junlei Tennyson. I'm captain around here, but chief to my friends. Hope you don't mind the formal introduction. Groundbreaker doesn't see many visitors. I heard we had someone in impound. Wish I could help. I gave the bureaucrats a motive authority over freight traffic, and it rankles them good when I challenge it. Just so we understand each other, I'm the final word on the ship. The Mardits, the crew, the engineers, their family. I hope there won't be any problems while you're visiting. Ain't that always the way? So what brings you to Groundbreaker? I'm curious, even though 9 times out of 10 the answer's just passing through. Interesting. The powers that be paint an ugly picture of Monarch. Critters and such. Maybe someone in the promenade can get you the right weapon for the job. We see a lot of the same faces coming and going. Most of them board spies and corporate sprats. Makes it hard to trust outsiders. You seem different, so welcome aboard.
What? I didn't think you just...
Parvati, is it? That's a lovely name. What can I do for you?
I was just thinking, I haven't got much experience working with actual, real spaceships, Miss Junlei. Chief Junlei.
Junlei is fine.
Okay. Since you run a whole space station, I was wondering if... Well, maybe you could teach me some things. I could message you later, maybe?
I'd be happy to make the time, Parvati. You can ask me anything.
Wow, great! I'll do that then. Messages. Later. Oh, your name's pretty too. I should have said... Sorry. I like it. Honest. Sorry. Couldn't have done it without your moral support, Captain.
Now, if there's nothing else, there are other parts of the ship begging for my attention.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following...
If you're hungry, you've come... They're... fresh from the ground. C&D Borsworth. It's not the worst unless it's Borsworth.
I'm not going anywhere, you hear? You can't keep me out of there.
Please don't make a scene, Doctor.
Can't say I've... If you... He must be referring to Irion. I'm sure the fool's gotten himself into another scrape. I'm beginning to wonder if I'm ever gonna get my service mechanicals at this rate. Surgery, mostly. Medical personnel are difficult to come by on Groundbreaker. I'd be grateful if you'd spare the time. We need his delivery soon as yesterday. Last he told me, he was taking a shortcut by Scylla, an asteroid in the Charybdis cluster. That's where I'd start, You look out, though. The place is probably crawling with outlaws.
just gonna hang in the back and try not to touch anything.
Alright, we'll start over here to get that strap.
Bless my heart. You here for a particular reason? Those have been the height of illegality since Stellar Bay turned their noses up at the board. You and I could be... Lucky for us, Groundbreaker's a free port. We're up now. I only have the one nav key. And they're hard to come by these days. Phineas, that old kook. Real light in the wallet, too. Well, I find I'm in need of a ship captain with a little moral flexibility. Might be this could help out. Do you know Edna over in engineering? She sent me a recording of a distress signal she'd scraped from the Groundbreaker's comm array. Curious thing is, you've got an ear for intrigue and a nose for bits. If you should find a secret worth selling, might be I could find a buyer. The more we got... Don't forget to come find old Gladys when you're done. Anytime.
Where's the... Where's the captain's quarters?
Ah, yes. Wheeler messaged me you were coming. He must be the captain of the Unreliable. Has something happened to my favorite scruffy freelancer? I impounded Alex's ship, not yours. I ask him to turn in Phineas Wells. He tells me he will soon. I impound his ship. He explains why he can't give me the info right now. I ask him to turn in Wells. Around and around we go. Right. You're going important places, I'm sure. Big, exciting, important places. There, I've removed the flag from your ship. I'm terribly sorry for the inconvenience. However, before you go, Alex promised to tell me the location of Phineas Wells. I'm sure you've seen his wanted You haven't read the posters? He's a terrorist, a thief, a madman. Well, oh, I'm sorry. This is
Rizzo's mock hard science for a hard life.
Hey, you got a second? Hey, we don't know each other yet. I noticed your ship in port. Got to thinking you might be looking for some crew. Gotta hand it to you, boss. Yes, I absolutely am. Just give me a shot, that's... You're serious, you're giving me a shot. I put together a little speech. Hey there, I'm Felix Mil... Firstly, I am highly personable. Secondly, I can be counted on in the event of a fight.
Ooh, steady gunman.
Wow. Thanks.
You got a crew now.
Skies.
Make yourself at home, Captain.
What time? Probably not till like 9.
Welcome back, Cap. How? Yes, Cap.
There's viscera and death everywhere. Gunfire, gnashing teeth. The unemployed. For loss. What? No!
Captain, we are now... Also, corporate protocol requires that all distress signals include a list of key personnel for retrieval. The embedded names are Mm-hmm. We're now in orbit above Roseway, Captain.
Ooh.
No guards, huh? I like this place already. Something chewed clear through that armor.
Need a workbench.
Clear the roadway. Obstruction of commerce is punishable by a fine of no less than 10,000 bits.
They left their own outside to die? Was it that bad?
Ah, outlaws. Oh, you aren't with the out... Oh, I forgot the carpet in here. Oh, you're still here, if you haven't already. I forgot the carpet.
That armor is trash.
Hey, boss. Could we get some Rizzos?
I don't need to do it myself.
If you've come to end my life, let's be... Yes, yes. I must apologize if my call diverted you. I, may have...
Standard operating procedure for suits, boss. They're all a bunch of cowards.
I'm not sure it's right to fault a man for trying to survive.
An attack. One... My research may not quite fall within legal parameters. I cut the call immediately once I'd gathered my wits. The Home Office can't know what's happening here.
Captain's got your best interests at heart, miss.
I suppose it can't hurt. If I don't get that research back, my life is over regardless. One cannot exaggerate... Very well. Hours ago, a group of vicious malcontents fell upon us. If those cretins get their hand... Yes, but don't kill their mother if it's avoidable. We've need of her to replenish our stocks. I think there's gas in the lab somewhere that can be used to put them out. The research is in the safe in my office. You'll have need of my code and keycard. That would surely lighten the weight on my conscience, as I am held to account for the well-being of every scientist here. Too many...
I don't know about Dr. Crane's research, but we ought to find Mr. Jameson. He's got to be all alone and scared.
Another outlaw? Oh, what? I am Orson Shaw, Chief Behavioral Scientist. I was brought in to study the Raptidons. I was to ensure that, should a problem arise, our team is adequately equipped to deal with them. They are insatiably hungry, absolutely impossible to control in any fashion. No amount of studying will enable us to control them, or even slightly sate their aggression. Not quite. We are now... Now, that may seem like an obvious conclusion, but believe it or not... Now, have we got the cup? Another outlaw? What would... I was... As... No... Indeed. Now that you fully grasp the grav... I left schematics in our storage facility. As far as I know, the security commander hasn't found them yet. I admit I'd feel better were they returned to me. Say, you wouldn't happen to have a tube of thermal paste on you, would you? Black.
You picked a hell of a day to visit. I'm Vaughn. Vaughn Quartet. Over in the main labs. I rabbited back here when I realized I was hearing gunshots, not blown fuses. We've been cooped up in here, I don't know, hours? Too long.
You do look nervous.
I mean, look, I don't want to go back out there, but I had to leave an experiment running at the lab. Something I've been working on a long while. Something that could really get me ahead. Know what I mean? I've been extracting organic compounds from Raptidons.
Extracting how?
In certain social situations. Sure. Of course. My equipment's in the lower levels, way in the back. I have a big room all to myself. Dissection tables and whatnot. Great! This is really gonna save my ass.
I'm picking up so many side quests, it's insane.
Do you drink it, or is it like perfume? I'm not interested, just curious.
You're underestimating the importance of the 8th back.
What do I have right now?
got 500 bits on the Darlings taking the finals this year.
Oh, get out of here. Oh.
Was that supposed to be the living quarters? Seemed about as livable as a coffin.
So what am I in the middle of right now? I'm still doing the main one right now. Schematics, intense. Okay.
That's gotta be where Mr. Jameson is. Hope he's okay.
Oh, there's vending machines everywhere.
I hope that wasn't a load-bearing mall.
Holy shit, my guns are ass. Like, what?
Nobody messes with you, boss. That was fun.
Nice.
Like, I assume those things aren't supposed to be, like, easy to kill, but, like...
Incoming!
Oh my god!
Help! Somebody get me the hell out of here!
We're coming, Mr. Jameson!
It's all in the wrist.
Okay.
Did someone lift the lockdown? What? I care about the front door. Ugh, can't use the centrifuge without supervision. It's like he thinks I'm a child.
Alright. We did that one. Beautiful.